Simoes Pereira, leader of the opposition in Guinea Bissau, was released from jail over the weekend following his incarceration. He was among several senior politicians arrested by the military after taking over the country late last year in November. Now, the military overthrew President Umaro Sissoco Embalo just days after the presidential elections. Now, the junta's reasons for the coup was apparently to prevent bloodshed between supporters of rival candidates and announced it was taking control of the West African country for a period of 1 year. And to speak to us further on this issue, we are joined on the line by political analyst Tendai Mbanje. Tendai, good afternoon and thank you for joining us on Africa Update.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me.
Now, does it come as a surprise that Pereira has been released from prison after 3 months? What do you think informed this decision?
A lot has been going on behind the scenes, particularly ECOWAS mediation led by Senegal and other partners. It was necessary that the opposition leader be released for the purposes of addressing, that the opposition leader was alleged to have been the winner of the elections, the disputed election, and his followers. So the country remained very tense. The country remained at a boiling point that it was necessary for the opposition leader to be released. And the agenda is that the release should be followed by national dialogue and dialogue among politicians with a view to find a way forward for the better of the people of Guinea Bissau.
Now, with the dialogues hopefully to take place, do you expect major political shifts within the country following his release?
I don't think so. Why? Because usually military leaders or juntas, they do have a predetermined outcome that they are looking forward to, and they already have a condition set, and already they have tested power, and they would like to temporarily benefit for having been powerful for this transition period. And I do think that the negotiation terms will not be fair. So I do think that, of course, for his safety and for the safety of those who were arrested together with the political leaders of opposition, they will perhaps compromise some of the demands of the juntas. But primarily, this is to advance the agenda for the juntas.
Now, you touched on the fact that there is a possibility that Domingos Simoes Pereira won the vote of the people of Guinea-Bissau to lead the country. Now, the coup took place before the official election results were released. Now, how important was it that the country had a successful electoral process, or to have a successful electoral process? And how has this coup impacted the country's socio-economic development?
Yes, so former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan, was leading an African Union mission, election observation mission, that observed the elections. And the elections were reported to have went well, and the elections were reported to have some form of tangible or acceptable credibility. But then we saw that a sudden shift of events with the juntas having a military takeover before the official announcement of the results. Of course, both contenders, the top contenders, the incumbent and the opposition, had claimed the victory. So that already, the will of the people was stolen. It was stolen from them. And when the will of the people is stolen from them, it affects the relationship of the junta government with the ECOWAS itself and the international community broadly. So the current regime is not being taken seriously within the international space. Neither is it being taken seriously in the ECOWAS and the African Union. So that impacts investor confidence, that impacts any kind of relationship that happens, whether at the political level or the economic level, between the current regime and the rest of the international community. So we cannot have development in such a condition or such a situation.
Now, what will it take for Guinea-Bissau to start on a clean slate and rebuild itself? Just considering, the crippling poverty, chaotic administration, and political chaos that have made the country a fertile ground for corruption and drug smuggling.
I think what is important is a genuine national dialogue that is quite inclusive, that is quite honest, that is facilitated by third parties. ECOWAS should be involved, and the African Union should be involved. And also a high-level delegation from neighbors such as Senegal, which are big brothers in the region, should be involved in the negotiation process or the dialogue process. And from there, they should have a government of national unity that also includes all political parties, that includes civil society and various leadership in the country, including traditional leaders, for example, to take the country ahead. And then it can start on it needs to go for elections. But however, that also process should be endorsed by citizens. Citizens must be involved in the dialogue. Representatives from citizens, yes.
Well, Tendai, thank you so much for joining us. We are going to leave it there for today. That's Tendai Mbanje, a political analyst, joining us on the line.